We're back for another ZUDECAST one-on-one here. We got Trillxxa here, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Stoked to have you, bro. Thanks for hitting us up, bro. Glad to get to collab, bro. I know you've been patient with us, so means a ton, man. Stoked to have you on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, your rap name is Trillxxa, of course. How long have you been making music, and how long have you been going by that rap name?
I've been making music for 13 years,
Mhm.
and I've always used this rap name. I never switched anything up. Even when I cross genres, I still use the same name.
Right. Right, yeah, because that's what I noticed. Your music is a lot of different genres kind of mixed up in one. How would you describe your music to someone who's never really heard it before? Here, can you angle the mic a little forward too, just because?
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
works.
you're
That's
here. Yeah,
good. I would call it interesting, creative. Personally, depending on the song, I would have to give you genre per song, honestly.
yeah, yeah. Do you have what's your musical background? Like, how'd you get into music and stuff? Because again, there's so many different genres going on at once there.
So when I first started listening to music, it was with my dad. And when I first actually started tuning in, I was around 6. And it was NWA.
Oh, yeah.
Gangsta Gangsta, fuck the police. Basic stuff, And then he also showed me a lot of 90s rock. So, and then 2000s as well, because I was born in 2000. So, everything from that point before my dad had listened to, and he put me on to some of the greats, like
Right.
Jimi Hendrix, Audio Slave, like some of the great things. And I personally think like his taste translated to my taste, but I have a new modern spin on everything.
Well, it's like what your parents show you really lays the foundation for the rest of the music you're gonna get into on your own. It's gonna branch off in weird ways from what you were raised on and stuff. So
Yeah, my mom raised me on country.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah. What kind of country? You talking like Willie Nelson and Waylon
like
Jennings?
Garth Brooks and stuff.
Oh, yep. Yeah, my parents were big into the early 2000s kind of poppy country, like Big and Rich and fucking I can't even think of anybody else right now, but that shit's hella funny. And especially growing up, I used to camp a lot, so it's good music for that. Yeah. But hell yeah. So again though, yeah, so you got a lot of kind of metal going on with your music too. Do you play drums or guitar or anything like that? Or you're just real into
I'm strictly a vocalist.
Nice.
I want to get into using an instrument, but I don't know what instrument to stick to, because every instrument, there's woodwind, there's percussion, there's many different types of instruments, and I like that my voice, I don't have to my voice is my instrument. I can always change my voice. I would have to learn how to play a whole different instrument to do the same things, to switch genres like that. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely feel it too. I feel very similarly, where it's my vocals are one of the instruments I play, because I play drums. That's my main thing I play aside from doing vocals and rap. But I don't like to say I rap really, because I could do different stuff. I could do kind of some singy stuff. I could do punk vocals. That's where I really started doing punk vocals in middle school and shit. I started a little punk band, and I got into rapping back then too. But yeah, vocals being an instrument, it's in itself is a whole thing. Because then there's I'm a singer, but it's there's also being a vocalist though. They're two different things.
Different, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you so Succumb to the Void? That was the name of your last project, right?
Yes.
How long were you working on that?
Each of the songs were emotions that I had during a period of time. It was around 3 years, if you think of the whole time span of when things started and when things were finished. Some of the songs were created in the last month before it was made. Some of them I had been working on since after I had my first kid.
Oh, yeah. When was that?
January.
This January?
No, of 2020.
Oh, of 2020. Yeah. Congratulations, by the way. I didn't even know you had a kid.
I have two. Yeah.
Oh, you have two?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Congrats, man. Shit.
Thank you.
What's it like being a parent and trying to still pursue music and stuff too? Is it a juggling act, I bet?
100%. It's all time management and figuring out what you need to get done, and also the creativity. If I feel creative, but I have my kids and I'm supposed to be watching them, how am I supposed to vocalize a song that I'm creating that I don't particularly want my kids listening to at this young of an age? I just got to learn to go with it, and they enjoy it. But
yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to find the time for both, so I just got to focus on the children.
Yeah.
But all my free time goes to music.
That's awesome though. I like what you said about like the whole project itself being like a journey of like the past 3 years, because I think for a lot of people the past 3 years have been fucked up, and I like how just real it's your project's like very visceral, but it's very raw and very intimate almost, because it's really, you know,
Yeah.
it's some vulnerable shit, bro, and
No,
it's real. You know, a
really.
lot of people be feeling that shit, and I definitely feel that. I was saying I feel that as somebody who's like because I'm making a horror comic. That's something I'm trying to
Yes.
work on, and so
That's fine.
you know, it's one of those things where it's like people are kind of edgier than you think on average, because a lot of people are going through shit, and so
Yeah.
I thought the project was real cool. Like I said, it's not easy to be that vulnerable, but like the bars were still there, the production was there. What was the production like? Where'd you get your beats at? Did you like buy them, or do you have someone you worked with? Or
I worked with a few people. Most of them were free for profit, and I let the person who made it know, and I asked them for permission, show them the song. Usually they say yes, and then I get it all mixed at SAC-G.
oh, right. Yeah, that's right. I saw you do stuff with them. How'd you get connected with them?
I started with SAC-G back when he was like $25 an hour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, back before he had the booth and a lot of things. But he had a studio, and he knew how to produce my music and my voice in a way that I had never been how do you say? I never had access to before.
Mm-hmm.
So once we started working together, I was just doing basic rap, and then started getting a little deeper and darker. And I talked to him about doing metal music and grunge and all these other genres, and he said he's down for it. And I'm the only person that really goes to him that does that stuff. So exclusively the rock and metal sound, other than myself creating it, was created by him. Like, he's the one who did all the vocals. I just basically, I put the vocals out there. He made it sound how it was supposed to sound, how I
Right.
thought in my head. Like, when I was conceptualizing the songs, he translated that 100% and more.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking not easy to find these days. You know, someone who really understands what you're going for with, you know, they really get the vision, and that's fucking sick, dude. That
I've
you guys,
never paid for another studio. I've only paid for him.
man, we got loyal client right over here, bro. He's a
100%.
loyal
SAC-G,
individual.
shout out.
Fuck yeah. I really like the album art cover too, bro. That shit's
Yes.
brutal, bro. Who did that? Did you do that, or do
His
you know?
name is Plague OR.
Plague
At
OR?
Instagram at Plague OR.
Hell
he's,
yeah.
He's flame. You'll have to. I've been hitting him to see if he has another thing, like if he could get another one going. But he hasn't really been posting often.
Mhm.
But he was real active back in the time when I wanted the album cover, which was around 2021, 2020, like
Mhm.
early. You know, like before it was even all conceptualized, and I had gone through the things that made me make those songs.
Mhm.
I had an idea of what I wanted, and I basically, those things happened. I went through it my own way, and I conceptualized my feelings during that time, and I put them into songs.
Yeah.
And I just, whenever I felt that way, and it really starts getting to me, or you know what I mean, like gets deep up in something, feels ingrained in your soul, and you can't let go of it. I listen to the song, and I just put all my memories, remember all of it, put all of it into that that negative energy back into it, and I just live like that.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's important too. Like, it's gonna sound hella like kind of corny or whatever, because I bring it up sometimes on the other podcast. But it's like there's like the whole Carl Jung thing where it's like, bro, you have to like understand like your shadow of your soul, otherwise, like
I don't
you're
even
gonna.
know who Carl Jung is.
Oh, bro, he's like one of the most like goated psychologists of all time, and like it's his shit's hella crazy. It's like a mix of like magic and science and like religion all in one. It's a fucking trip.
That's
but,
crazy.
But yeah, one of his big things is though is like you gotta acknowledge like the underbelly of like what your mind is capable of like going to, and so like when you like being able to make music about it is fucking sick too, because again everybody's been through fucking crazy shit the past 3 years, and yeah, man, I think that's fucking dope. You're able to make
I'm
that
big
shit.
on philosophers.
Yeah.
When I make my music, I spend a lot of time on philosophy and understanding why I feel the way I do and how I should move forward. So I like Friedrich Nietzsche, you know,
Oh, yep, yep,
father
yep.
of nihilism. I like Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
I like a lot of darker stuff because it touches me like in a different way than some of the things. Some people are more upbeat. Some people are lighter hearted. Me, it feels heavy. Everything feels heavy to me, like the world around me.
I definitely got a sense of the kind of like Aleister Crowley or like the kind of dark occultism kind of aesthetic going on there too, which I really fuck with. That's cool you brought that up because I was gonna ask about that too. Is there any other kind of like trippy stuff you're into like that you find interesting? Any kind of weird like esoteric stuff that like you kind of like really may have inspired you or just you find neat?
Okay, a big influence on the art for the, how do you say, for the album cover and a lot of the art is cosmic, like H.P. Lovecraft.
Yes.
It's very cosmic
Fuck
as well.
yeah.
So it's like tying in things that have never been tied in before, but they all have their own depth and darkness to them.
Yeah.
And I'm drawing from it because that's the media I'm choosing to consume. I'm deciding to consume this media, and I'm exploring myself and through it. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
I've always said, because with Lovecraft and stuff, a lot of people these days they're all like, "Oh, cancel Lovecraft. He was a piece of shit." But it's all like, yeah, he was a pretty funky dude. But that's why he was able to like know that's like people and the world and everything's fucking scary and intense, bro. And so like you got to be able to like mentally like process it. Almost I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. If you've never looked into it, you should probably look into it.
It gets so like existential so fast, and that's super sick that you said that was a influence because that's a big influence of mine too on my on like my. I'll show you some of my horror art and stuff too later because yeah, that's tight. I was gonna say too. Have you ever had anybody like kind of like react like, "Whoa, bro, your music's so edgy"? Like
nobody would say it to my face. Like I felt it around me, but nobody's ever came to me and been like, "Whoa, bro, you're too edgy." Nobody's really had like the gumption, and if they did, I would probably explain the song to them, and then if they don't get it, then they were never in tune.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, bro. Honestly, too, because exactly, it's like I worry sometimes too. I'm like, oh, am I doing too much? Am I being too much? But it's like, well, the people that get it, they'll definitely get it. They'll fuck with it. They'll know who it's for, and at least, hopefully, other people can respect your creative vision and stuff too. It's like you put this whole thing together, poured out a part of your soul into the lyrics and into the making this shit. That's a feat in itself, bro. So definitely,
you had to be very vulnerable in order to create that type of music. Like I had to open up on a different level of. That I've never thought I would make public. I was never going to release my music. I would always create. Mm-hmm. Like I created a lot in high school, then I stopped posting. But that's from the point when the album started being created.
Yeah.
Because I went through some trauma in my life, like that made things happen, and I stopped. I stopped making music for the public. So it was very vulnerable and like it's very hard for me to open myself up and allow people to hear that side of me because they've only heard the rap music and the, like the stuff that I did when I first started. Mm-hmm. And once I started doing that, a lot of people liked it. A lot of people didn't like it. So I'm thinking to myself more as an acquired taste right now as I'm still developing as an artist because through these 13 years, I've developed in ways that I never thought was possible for me.
Yeah.
I thought I was put in a box, but no. I can do anything I want. Everyone has a lot of potential and they just have to tap into it and never give up. As if I gave up, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, man, that kind of leads to like the next question I was going to ask too. Have you ever had any moments where you felt like you just totally had to overhaul like your total like perspective on creating?
Yeah, there have been those moments. I feel like sometimes I feel super creative and then sometimes I get too busy. So you just have to manage everything correctly, time wise and creativity wise. Like if I feel this feeling, I gotta get it out, or else it'll just float away. Like when you have one of those thoughts, like you walk in a room and you forget what you were doing, and you walk away. You don't want to lose that creative feeling, or even if you're feeling just that type way all day, and then you feel a little creative. Tap into that because you never know the depths of that creativity at that moment. Just make sure. Anytime you feel that, you follow through, even if it's drawing or coloring or painting or graffiti, anything. When you have that moment, go with the moment. Like, go with your instincts. Instinct is very good.
Dude, that shit reminds me of I used to work at In-N-Out, and I was just in like the drive-through window. So I'd be like rapping in my head, and I'd have to be like get the receipt paper and write it on the receipt paper, just throw it to the side in the middle of working and shit, because it's like,
and then hope you don't throw the receipt away.
Yeah, exactly. Try to put it in my phone immediately. But it's like, it really is a trip how much you can expand on one idea, too. And, like, letting the ideas come as they, like, will, you know, organically.
Yes, you don't want to force anything.
Yeah. It's there's this whole book I'm trying to, I got it for Christmas, and it's called The Artist's Way. And it's, like, all about that, how you can just, like, let thoughts come in without, like, pressuring yourself too much on it. And so I heard that's supposed to be dope, so I'm going to start reading that shit. But hell yeah, man. I heard one of the songs kind of had like a kind of Mortal Kombat kind of vibe, bro. Do you fuck with like video games and stuff, Mortal Kombat?
I am actually one of the top Liu Kangs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? How do you feel about the whole MK1? You playing MK1?
Yeah.
How you feeling about the whole like kind of rocky launch situation?
I'm great. I love it. I love juggling. I love not letting them touch the controller, not touch the buttons, you feel me? And I spent a lot of time on, I think I spent like over 200 hours on Liu Kang and just himself. So like, I just beat everyone I come across, and if I don't beat them, I train with them until I'm about on par.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's how I take it.
Dude, I love fucking Mortal Kombat. That's like my favorite fighting game series. It's a big influence on like my my comic and stuff too, just like the art style, the violence,
You got to show me that.
Yeah. I'll show you after. We're trying to get it set up so I can get the computer like right here too, so we can pull it up there. But we're getting there. We're learning. Mortal Kombat's fucking sick. There's like the whole like guest character like thing. You know, is there anybody that you would want like dream pick of a guest character for Mortal Kombat?
Ooh, I do, but they covered so many bases recently. Like. Such a hard question. Like, not even worrying about licensing.
Nah, who cares? Okay. Wish list.
They gotta, if they can put Michael Myers in it, that would be flame. I like Halloween a lot. I like the psychology that went into making him. Mm-hmm. That is a big thing for me. I think that's flame. I would love to see Michael Myers in it.
Hell yeah. Personally, dude, I think if they don't do Doom Guy, the Doom Slayer, dude, they're fucking up this one. But
that's flame.
That one would be
like Isaac Clarke.
Isaac Clarke could be fucking really cool. That could be tight, actually. I didn't really think about that. I said, or Blade. A Marvel character would be like a dick on the table move for them, but yeah, I think Blade would be cool. Because I don't think it'd feel weird. I don't think it'd feel out of place. I think Blade would fit into Mortal Kombat very well. Yeah. A little more, like, I think Wolverine or something would be too awkward, but Blade's kind of just like, he's like, I got a sword. I'm a vampire, stuff. Like, oh yeah, I was gonna lead too. Yeah, you look like a guy who likes horror movies, bro. You got any favorite horror movies? You said you're a fan of Michael Myers.
Halloween. I like the Aliens franchise. I'd say my favorite movie. It's the one where I think it's called Malignant.
Oh my god, dude, I love that movie, bro.
That movie's flame.
Dude, we did a review of that movie when it came out, and then we just did like a horror movie character like battle royale game, and Malignant was on there, bro. Yeah. That movie was stupid, but it was so fire.
It was great.
Yeah, I love horror movies that are kind of like schlocky, you know. It's got to be kind of corny. It's got to be over the top.
Just like a little, yeah. It's got to be insanely, how do you say, like, horror porn.
Yeah, it's got to be like schlocky. Because the whole thing is where it's like laughter is a response to being shocked. That's why some people laugh at horror movies.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to have it be like shocking in a fun way. I don't know if you saw Terrifier. That shit was insane.
I did not see that.
Dude, that shit was fucked up. They're doing Terrifier 3 this year, and I'm scared, but it's coming out on my birthday, so we got to go. That shit's fucking wild, but that's probably the craziest thing I enjoy. That's like the freakiest thing I enjoy, probably. Anything past that's a little too much for me, but...
Like Human Centipede and stuff, you don't fuck with that?
I got mixed feelings about kind of like the kind of gross, extreme kind of horror stuff where it's like gross out porn.
To feel that visceral, like, I shouldn't even be seeing this. Like, my brain shouldn't fathom this.
First Human Centipedes you know, it's all right. The second one's like, what the fuck, dude? This like, I never saw the third one or whatever, but like I watched like part of the second one with my girlfriend when like I was in high school, and I was like, why do you want to watch this right now? This shit's wild. But have you ever seen like Tusk too, where it's almost like a parody of that whole genre? Fucking Justin Long gets turned into a walrus, bro. It's crazy. He gets,
Wait, what? Like polymorphed?
he gets like surgically like manipulated and like made into a walrus with like fucking, he like gets his like back broken and like surgically like sewn into a walrus. It's crazy.
Kind of like Fish Boy from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Kinda, yeah, yeah.
But like Living, that's foul.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude. It's a wild movie. It's a Kevin James movie. I think
Kevin James movie? Jeez.
No, not Kevin James. LOL. Kevin Smith.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, Kevin James went hard.
Kevin James. Kevin James should do some horror stuff, I think, bro.
Maybe
I think
yeah, because he's so wholesome.
he could get intense. I have heard in real life he's intense as fuck, bro. I've heard Kevin James is like a psycho in real life.
Same.
Hell yeah. Well, fuck though. What's coming next for you though, man? What you got coming down the line, bro? You got new projects, shows?
All right. I do a show at Golden Bear every Tuesday.
Ooh.
Open mic night. And I am working on a project with Sorcier. Yeah, I'm working on an EP.
Oh, yeah.
And Deadbeat Society is going to be part of that. Tay from there. We're going to have basically by the end of this year, we're going to have that EP out. We've been planning on it. We already have at least one of the songs done. Sorcier hit me and was like, you know, let's do an EP. And I was like, bro, I fuck with some of the fools from DBS, right? Like Deadbeat Society.
Oh yeah.
I like them. I like their music, like Lil Slayer, Cody. I think his name's Lil Slugs now. But we're gonna do the EP with Tay, and we're gonna cut that up, see what that looks like. Probably a solo song, and then a song with each of us, like, and then maybe a song with all three of us together, even. But yeah, we're gonna make sure that's out by the end of the year. There's no title yet. It's still all in the works, but yeah, I just want to let people know.
Do you have any like kind of previews of like what any like themes are? Is there like another kind of like vision for it or like a?
Well, these guys, if you guys have listened to Sorcier, the Craft 111.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's the homie. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he's cool.
He came to me with it, and because he likes my style, likes my the way I'm going about making my music, and I like his style too. And we made a song, and it's just flame. It's just straight flame. I could show you after this.
Yeah, that sounds tight, bro. We definitely gotta get that full on and cross promote, bro. Shit, when y'all get that shit popping, bro.
For sure. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. We're gonna have all those fan bases actually tuning into each of us, you know, for one project. I think that's great, bringing these local fan bases all together so that everyone can see what's actually happening in Sacramento, like what's being created. It's a whole nother wave, and I don't think people see it yet, but when they do, it's already over.
Well, it's sick, dude. I love seeing people like where it's like I met you at a thing of a thing, and now like the friends who both went to there, who knew the other people, they're all friends doing a thing, and it's like, you know, I just love seeing stuff like kind of like local snowball out, you know, and like everybody's helping each other succeed and shit. Like,
well, we don't want to hate because we want to see everyone succeed. You know, like some people watch and be like, oh, I want to be next, and then they start, you know, pushing too hard. I think it all needs to happen organically and through love and through creation. Like I don't hate any other artists. I'd never. I personally,
right.
Not for their craft at least, you know, maybe their personality and things that they do. That's a whole different thing. Their character is not put into it. What they went through to create this art is amazing and beautiful.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I have an immense amount of respect for it, especially because, you know, I've had a lot of trouble of like getting music work done, like, you know, for just different reasons in you know, in La Vida, and it's like it's not easy. So I respect anybody who is able to put out like a complete idea and shit. Like it's awesome, something to be proud of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a mark to let them know you were here, type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I have like a method on making music depending on the genre. I have like a different method each way, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty.
Yeah, let's hear about some of that. You got any? Yeah, like.
Okay, so if I'm making a rap song, you know, you really want those punchlines to be hitting. You really want your lyrics to shine out more than maybe even your delivery. Like you want the delivery to be good, but your lyrics make rap music. It's just rhythmic speaking, in a sense, the lyrics and the beat. I think so. Basically, I go a line at a time. Like I'll start writing maybe 4 lines, and then I'll listen to those 4 lines on the beat, and then write 1 line. Then listen to it again, say it out loud, right, and then the next line will come to you because you're like, oh, I'm already
Yeah.
4 bars in. You want to say something else? You say the next thing, next best thing that comes up in your head, and then you cut and cater, make it all sound good, syllable counts, rhyme scheme, and then by the end you'll just have a perfect picture. Feels like I'm drawing a square
Right,
because it's
right.
4 bars. Feels like I'm just drawing a bunch of squares.
Breaking it out, bro. Yeah, composition is a lot like drawing or something in a lot of ways too, where it's like, here's this part of the song and it's gonna do like a little thing, and then because Bobby too, he does a lot of the tech work. He does pretty much all the tech work for the show, but he was producing for me at one point too, and it's just interesting too how. Yeah, like composing a song is interesting because I feel like I was involved with composing. He definitely did all the sound design and produced it, but
Yeah.
it's just weird how that becomes. Because I'm such an ideas guy
Yeah.
too, you know what
You
I
have
mean?
to actually put it down in organized fashion.
Right, right. Like yeah, like lay in the tracks so the train can go over it.
That it's very different with rock music too.
Yeah.
Like you want to have melodic, and then you want to like pop off at certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that is part of the composition as well, like the build up,
Mm-hmm.
creating it, and then actually hitting the note that you want to hit, and
Mm-hmm.
then following through afterwards, and then bringing it back to melodic sounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's how the great rock songs are made,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's like hyper metal, like crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's like just
black
any
metal and
song, you know,
stuff.
it's like the build up and the release
Yes.
and stuff too. Whereas I do kind of feel you where it's like not like rap's like any more simplistic, but it's like a rap song. You could be like verse, hook, and the focus
Yeah, it's
is on the
very
lyricism, you know.
cut
So
and dry. There is an algorithm, and I try to break it a lot. Like artists that I see that do that is like JID, because from Dreamville, J Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah, he cuts it up differently. Eminem cuts it up differently. Like you see the people who can do it for what they are, and they create great things. Like they're a whole different, I feel like, genre. If you can cut it instead of just saying a line, saying a line, saying a line, like like and like Ski Mask the Slump God.
Yeah.
That's what I like. And Twista, Busta Rhymes. That's what influenced me.
So like a lot of like articulation and syncopation and all that, because yeah, like being a vocalist and a rapper, I was like in marching band and I played snare, so to me it's very similar to like the snare line is just like it's one drum but it's like just like going off, you know, so it's all about the accenting and the delivery and the something I'm trying to work into like be like a consistent thing when I write is like alliterations, like just make them hella obnoxious, bro.
Yeah, no, I go like just using the same letter and just
like I have I
go
this
crazy
one
with figurative language. If you listen to my shit, I really try to put in tongue twisters, figurative language. I don't want people to replicate my music. I don't think they could.
yeah man,
That's the point of my music. I don't want people to be able to spit it back. I
Yeah.
don't want them to be like. I want them to be like, oh,
well, even if they try to spit it back, it's like not mine, you
it's
know?
not the same. You
Yeah.
can't hit it the same way I hit it. I'm
Yeah.
creating my own wave in a sense.
Well, especially when your music's so like personal, like I really felt like I got like a sense of like I knew you a little bit better through the music, and like I felt like I was like, damn, I've homie's going through it. I've been there. That shit sucked these past few years, you know. So
Yeah, I went through it with my first baby mom. She broke my son's bones.
oof.
Yeah, so that's how basically the start of like the conception. And I broke up with her, kicked her out, and all that stuff. She took a plea deal and all that. But yeah, so I was basically, I didn't have my family anymore, my family that I created,
Yeah.
and it was just me and my dog, and that's how we lived. And I just created music, worked overnights, and that's how I lived my life for a chunk of that time. And then got with my second baby mom, had a kid. We were engaged, didn't work out, bad breakup, and then had 2 suicide attempts, and then I survived that. I thought I was gonna be dead when the album dropped. I tried to kill myself on February 1st last year, and I set it to release before I went and did that. I set it to release on Valentine's Day, and that's why it was released on Valentine's Day last year. And I was in the mental hospital when it happened, because
Damn. Damn. Well, I'm glad to see you're coming out of that kind of fucked up period of your life and shit, bro. Because
I'm feeling better.
that's good, man. Yeah, and I
It took
mean,
a lot, that was my love child. The whole song, the whole everything, the whole album, every song, the song, everything was literally my whole relationship with my second baby mom. Everything that happened.
Damn.
It's literally called Everything, right? And then Descent. Like there's everything was made in a specific fashion. I tried to play the album through a couple times when I had all the songs, and I cut a few songs, and I just wanted it to be the piece of art that I wanted it to be, instead of just putting out a fat amount of songs. I cut a lot, tried to make sure it was the best that I could do at the time. And I feel like I'm way better than that now. It'll be a year on Valentine's Day. It'll be a year since it got dropped. So, and I've worked on a few songs in between. If you came to my shows at the Golden Bear, other places like Alan's house, you were there. If you come there, you'll see a bunch of my unreleased music.
Right.
This is considered my baseline. I've dropped an album before in 2018. It's called Tyrant. It was all produced by my little brother. It went really well. I had a bunch of crazy ideas, and basically it was the dawn of my music. And then it went down into this rabbit hole that became Succumb to the Void. And then my next project will be based on my life, moving from probably Succumb to the Void on.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to archive my life like that.
What advice would you have for people that are kind of in that dark of a place and really need to find a way, to find a way out? Like, do you have any kind of words of encouragement?
Let me really think about that, because I wish someone gave me any good insight other than, it is what it is. I feel like giving up is not the right option. 100% is not. No matter how bad you feel, what position you're in, don't give up on yourself. Never be so loyal that you betray yourself. And try to find yourself in everything that you do. Everything. Even if it's going to work, try to find yourself in there. Just make sure that you don't give up, and the things that you love, make sure you keep doing them, because you're only going to get better. You can only get better.
It's powerful stuff, man. Well, shit, man. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the journey you've been on, bro. Thank you for coming on, bro. You got any last kind of words, man? I mean, fuck, it's a powerful note to end on, but I'm like, I don't think we're going to top that. Shit.
Yeah, that was pretty deep. I mean, my music I try to make it that way. Everything that I try to let out into the world has to have some meaning. So, my Instagram is @Trillxxa, TRILLXXA. You can find me on all platforms, any streaming service. You can also find me at Golden Bear on Tuesdays. And I would like to thank you for your time.
Yeah, really, man. Appreciate your patience. Yeah, appreciate you coming on again. Your patience. You asked a while back too. Glad we're finally getting around to getting everybody get to fucking showcase their lives, what they've been through, their music, bro. Appreciate you again, bro.
I just really appreciate your time. I like being able to get out here and do stuff like this.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thanks to anybody who checked this out too. Like, comment, subscribe, give them a follow. Listen to Succumb to the Void, bro. It's some brutal shit, bro. All right, but thank you so much. See y'all at the main show at 8 o'clock tonight.
And down.